Hey, what's up everybody? It's Monday and it's time for another dose of Fiverr Talks Monday Motivation. And today we're talking about competition on the platform. What do you do about those you're competing against side by side for search engine results? How do you view competition? What do you do about it? Well, today we're talking about all those things, so make sure you watch all the way to the end and don't miss out. That's right, today we are talking all about competition in this video. Fiverr is a place where competition is very prevalent. It's very in your face. There are search results. There are people offering the exact same service as you. They're lined up next to you. Their prices are lined up next to you. Their experience and reviews are lined up right next to you. What do you do about competition? It's all over the place. It's really enough to drive you crazy, right? And for many of you, it's a huge source of anxiety and worry, and I can just ease your mind a little by saying, I was once there. I was once you, worrying all about the people that were selling the exact same services as me, wondering how potential buyers were viewing them versus me. And while there's just a tiny bit of that that's healthy, most of it's unhealthy. And so today I want to talk to you about competition through the lens of a question from one of our great committed Fiverr Talks viewers. Her name is Nika. So Nika, shout out to you. Thank you so much for your question. This is actually a unique video because I don't normally answer questions on the YouTube channel. I answer all questions from viewers over on the Patreon page. So if you're interested in that, join me over on Patreon. We do Q&A videos a lot, try to do them as often as possible to get practical answers over to you all and help you grow your Fiverr seller future and business. But today we're going to be talking a little bit about the philosophy of competition and what you can actually do on the platform through Nika's question. And here's the question she had for me. She said, hey, I love when questions start with that. Hey, don't you think by creating a YouTube channel and giving us lots of useful information about Fiverr that you're creating lots of competition on that website for you? That's a great question, Nika. Like I said, in the early days, I was worried about competition. In fact, it might have held me back from creating some tools like this years ago because I didn't quite know what to do with competition. But now that I'm a little bit older, a little bit wiser, I've been doing this on the platform for 7 or 8 years now, more than 13,000 gigs under my belt, I can honestly say, no, I'm not worried about competition. I'm out here giving away free information, free knowledge, the benefit of my experience for free because I'm not worried about competition. In fact, I think that by helping you all, I'm actually helping myself. I'm helping the platform. Why? Because I believe for some people, Fiverr has been a great source for affordable freelance creative services. They found great things there, but there are other people who have had bad experiences on Fiverr because the quality they received was not up to snuff. The communication they got from their buyer was not great. And in many cases, especially when it comes to things moving around online, Fiverr has developed a bad reputation for being a place where it's just a bunch of junk services and garbage sellers and all these things that we know aren't true. And it's my hope by offering these resources for free, helping you sellers to sell better, do what you do better, that it'll elevate the game of the entire platform. You see, I think that's what we do when we help each other. We don't just create more competition for ourselves. We actually help to elevate the entire level of the platform, the way people view the platform. You see, I think if everybody's doing a better job, then it helps us all because it helps the reputation of Fiverr and what it can do and what it can provide. And in fact, 99% of you are not competing with me in my exact same niche. Yes, there are voiceover artists out there, and so am I. Yes, there are animators out there, and so am I. But guess what? I'm not worried about your competition. In fact, I wish you nothing but success. I hope that you go out and find whatever level of success you're looking for, because I don't believe you doing better affects me. Because there are some people that are going to choose me over you just because of something that we can't control or something we can control. There's room for competition. And that's kind of the first thing I want to say is that competition is not a bad thing. Creating competition is not a bad thing. In fact, I think it elevates everybody's game. It makes everybody better. Everybody want to do better. In fact, I just jotted down some notes about competition and how you should be viewing these things because I think too many of you are worried about the competition between sellers on Fiverr. And here's something that I want to give you as a source of wisdom. The truth is that those people who view everyone as competition miss out on a great opportunity to learn from other people. You know, if there's anything that experience has taught me, it's that I should learn from those who are my greatest source of competition. Those who are doing exactly what I'm doing and doing it well, maybe at times doing it better than me. I should learn from them. There's something I can learn from them. And I don't mean something I can copy from them so that I can beat them at their own game. No, something that I can learn from them genuinely. How can I evaluate my services to be better in light of how well they're doing? You know, I think it's a great thing. And I think competition is a great piece of the capitalism puzzle. I'm very pro-capitalism because I want you to be able to go out and make whatever amount of money you want to make, and capitalism makes that possible, and so does competition. Without competition, there is no success, there is no failure. I'm not one of those guys that got a participation trophy for every sport he played as a child, and I believe that in life there will be winners and losers. I hope more of you feel like winners than losers. It's my hope that this channel would help you gain whatever source or whatever level of success you would consider winning in your life. And I don't view any of you as competition. Even if you're selling the exact same services as me, I want you to do well because I know that there's room in this world and on Fiverr as a platform for more than one person to do well. There are millions of sellers and so many people are doing well. And I think you can all do great things even in the midst of competition and maybe because of competition. So that's something I truly believe, that if you are worried about competition, you're missing an opportunity to learn. So I hope that you get that from the channel. And I hope that really spurs you on to develop other relationships with different sellers. You know, that's what this channel is also all about, developing relationships between sellers, not just a conversation or a one-way dictation of information from me to you. Check out the comments if you never have below. This is a budding community of people who are asking questions, answering each other's questions. I love when other people jump in to answer questions that people have asked me. Why? Because that means that I'm not the only person with useful knowledge around here. I may be an experienced person, someone who's gained a certain level of success, but I'm not the smartest person. And that's my second point, is that if you believe no one will ever, I believe that no one will ever truly be the best at anything for long. You know, take one of my favorite sports out there as an example, basketball. There is all these different, debates going on. Who's the greatest basketball player of all time? Of course, I grew up in the 90s. It's Michael Jordan for me. I think he's the greatest. He's the GOAT. But there are many kids like my sons who think LeBron is the guy. And still people that are older than me that say, no, it's Kareem. Kareem and, guys like that. And so there's no definitive answer because no one can be the best for long. You might be the best at something for like the blink of an eye for a short period of time, but eventually someone's going to dethrone you. So you can beat all of your competition and destroy everybody, but you might only be the best for a short period of time. So you have to realize that no one occupies that spot forever. No one stays at the top forever. We kind of all have this curve to our business and our lives. And so it's better to just view everyone as someone you can learn from, no matter where they are in their life or process as they're competing with you and you're working, not necessarily against each other, but in the same fields. Know that you'll never be the best at anything for very long. Even if you are the best at something your entire life, guess what? When you're gone, somebody's going to come along and do it better than you. So it's good to keep that perspective and stay humble as you're working, because if there's one thing that really will help you grow your business on Fiverr, it's humility. Arrogance dethrones people in every arena of life, and Fiverr is no different. If you think you're above things, if you think you're better than everything that comes your way, it's not going to work out for you. So big old spoonful of humility, just keep churning it in there. It'll really help you. And this is kind of the final point I want to make as we're wrapping up this conversation, is that if you work to make your work the best quality it can be, the highest quality it can be, you shouldn't be worrying about what other sellers are doing. This is something that I can tell you, you can take right from my playbook. In the early days, I did look around a lot. And I mean the very early days. I was always worried about, well, who is making more money than me? Could this person, well, they're charging 3 times more than me. They got to be making more money than me. I was always asking those questions. How are other people doing compared to how I'm doing? And I was trying to compare myself to other people. And then I realized, you know what? there's no sense in comparing anyone's reality to my reality, because if I'm doing the best that I can, that's all I can do. It's not like I can find out that somebody's crushing me in my animation category and say, well, now I've got to go out there and crush it. If I'm already doing the best I can do, that's all I can do anyway. And I don't believe that we should allow other people to determine our level of activity, our level of motivation, our level of hustle. All of these things should be determined by you, your inner workings, your desires, your passions, your goals for yourself. So set those things and do your best to achieve them every day without worrying about other people, without worrying about the competition. Because if you spend all your time looking at the competition and trying to figure out how you can beat them, well, guess what? You're missing an opportunity to work harder because you're wasting too much time looking at someone else. Take your eyes off the prize, eyes off the goal, and you're sure to crash and burn. So just realize that competition is something that we need. It's not something we need to be scared of. It is a reality, and Fiverr just kind of puts it in the forefront, but you have to fight away those desires. I feel like there's a theme to my advice on all these different categories like analytics and competition and digging into the SEO. Yes, those things matter, and at some level you should work hard to make sure that you're winning in those categories. But if you obsess over them, if it's all you worry about, if it keeps you up day and night, and if you're wasting significant time looking into them, then you're wasting the opportunity to be your best. I believe that you can be your best no matter what anyone else is doing around you and still find success. So do your homework, know your stuff, but focus on yourself. You do you. Be humble and realize that there's always going to be something better and somebody better coming around the corner. Just do your best and continually improve and be happy with that. I know I am, and I know that that has really helped me in building and growing my Fiverr business. I hope it helps you. Hey, thanks so much for watching today's dose of Motivation Monday. If you want some more of this motivation, come back every single Monday. In fact, every Monday and Wednesday, we ask what's up on Wednesday and talk about practical things as well as ways we can grow our Fiverr business. And if you want to go deeper, you want to ask questions, get digital mentorship from me, join me on Patreon. That's patreon.com/DJYoung. There's an exclusive video over there every Friday. We do some cool interaction. There is a backlog of videos that I've uploaded over the last 3 to 4 to 5 months over there. Hours of content that you can access immediately as soon as you join, and you'll be able to send me messages and we can message back and forth, and I even answer questions in videos like this for my Fiverr Talks insiders. So consider joining me over there. Would love to have you. That community is growing all the time, and I'm thankful for that. So make sure you come back on Wednesday, because I've got a little bit of surprise for you on Wednesday. There's going to be some fun stuff coming you don't want to miss. And until next time, keep doing, because the future favors the doers.